People will be looking at this now going, this is an absolute disgrace. Our government has got the priorities all wrong. Illegal immigrants instead of homeless kids.
I mean, you've hit the nail on the head there, Patrick. When I was 16, I was homeless. I was living in kids' homes and in sheltered accommodations in, a place that had mold in the washing machine and a wasp infestation in the ceiling, versus that sprawling palace that you've just shown that's holding legal immigrants and asylum seekers in I can't remember exactly where it is that you said, but it just speaks to the indifference with which children are treated in this country. I know that I spent 14 months sofa surfing, flitting from co-workers to friends' houses, not knowing whether I was going to spend the night sat in McDonald's nursing a cup of coffee and trying to stay awake until the next morning. Meanwhile, it seems that the open borders policy is welcoming illegal immigrants and giving them a 5-star resort experience. Illegal immigrants are being treated with more dignity and humanity than our very own children. We're ignoring a crisis in our own backyard, and it really serves as a slap in the face to see those sprawling palatial grounds that asylum seekers and migrants are kept in, while I couldn't even turn my light on some days because there were wasps trapped in the ceiling light. It's
just shocking. It's shocking. It makes me incredibly angry. How does it make you feel when you see people there going, refugees welcome, and then you look at things like in schools, white working class boys, probably the least well-performing bunch of people. We've got homeless kids who are already here, homeless veterans and all of that stuff. What's going on? Why is this happening?
It's because, in terms of how you feel, it's on behalf of the British people, it's mostly that we don't feel that we're in control. It's because there's absolute lack of appetite from both the media, the legacy media establishment, as well as the political class. 2 examples, I'll tell you the reality. For example, Rishi Sunak and the political class focus on certain aspects of this crisis because they don't want to be too politically incorrect. He would say, I'm going to come to Parliament and I'm going to talk about the backlog, the case backlog. I'm going to fix that. That's the problem. The media yesterday, the BBC, talked about fruit picking, saying we're going to bring in 45,000 fruit pickers and, this might be an issue with migration. Whereas they forgot about another story that happened. It's on the same day. There's a social market foundation found that the government will have to bring in over 1 million migrants a year extra just to sort out the wound of the GDP floor. And it is just a plaster. They don't want to talk about the real issues. They don't want to talk about the impact on not just the local economies, but also the cultural aspects of it. And if they're not talking about it, of course, you guys are good, GB News, you guys are discussing it. But if they're not creating the narrative, then we're not in control.